Manipur reports 118 fresh COVID-19 confirmed cases. Tally of the confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur reaches 3,753. Suk President Dhanakumar Ningthoja urges government to stop issuance of ILP to outsiders amid ongoing COVID-19 situation. India reports 64,399 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. That toll reaches 43,379. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches a financing facility of 1 lakh crore rupees under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. And the former India defender and Mohan Bagan captain Laishram Manitombi Singh passed away at the age of 39. A very good evening to you all. I'm KANEL SHAMBANDURAM presenting you the primetime English Bulletin. Now let's begin our bulletin with the top stories of the day. Confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur have reached 3,753, of which 1,698 are active cases and recoveries are 2,044. That toll has reached 11. In the past 24 hours, 118 people have tested positive for COVID-19. Extended total lockdown and curfew imposed in the state since August 7th in a bid to contain the spread of coronavirus has affected normal life. Roads in Imphal city bore a deserted look as people responded to the third day of the extended lockdown today. Vehicle traffic on the road was nil and only few vehicles were seen plying on the street for emergency and essential services. State police patrol unit are being stationed at strategic locations in the city to keep a strict vigilant to prevent any untoward incidents, and people stayed at home. Clothing store and other private outlets remained closed. Only few medical stores and pharmacies remained opened. Manipur Students Federation inspected various hospitals in the state regarding various issues facing in the state following hospitals denying treatment to patients who are in critical condition under the pretext of the ongoing COVID-19 situation. Speaking to media at MSF office today, MSF President Buyamayum Sajjad condemned the recent series of incidents which happened due to negligence of hospitals. He appealed the government to make necessary arrangements to not repeat such unfortunate incident in future. Buyamayum Sajjad also appealed people to inform the Federation if any doctor or hospital denied treatment.
COVID-19 maram oirakada non-COVID patients ingase masida government amadi private hospitals ingasina mana neglect torpa when phajana laying bilaktaba adu mayam asi sigi maraksidagi ekhoi yamna nungaitaba thodok kaya ama habidi miyoi kaya ama ekhoi Manipur asida siba yaugre adi COVID patient nataba miyoi kaya ama ekhoi siba yaugre asiguma yamna nungaitaba thodok singase masi tholaktanabagi damakta matungda tholaktanabagi damakta ekhoi MSF ki maikaidagi haiba government amadi private ki hospital sing asida ekhoi hathengana chatana MSF na yengchinba.
Speaking further, MSF President Buyamayum Sajjad said subdued observation of death anniversary of Pevam Chittaranjan will be held on 16th of August owing to COVID-19 situation. He appealed the people to light candles at their respective homes on the same day. It may be mentioned that Pevam Chittaranjan said self-immolated and succumbed to his injuries in demand for complete withdrawal of the controversial Armed Forces Special Powers Act 1958.
Pevam Chittaranjan Mangana Masama Tanta Mai Taduna Tawai Taba Magi Supreme Sacrifice to Givado madu observe to boina MSF na haiba student martyrdom day se chahi kuding ki pangthok thona la kone aduna hanak chahi sigidi hana mamanda pangthok ki matam da MSF na mioi lising kaya na makuman saru ya kanda miyam gi oiba wangang da khongchat ama chatna yamna chawna pangthok charamani aduma ko hauji hauji leiriba yamna pandemic oiraba COVID-19 laichat asina maram orakanda tangai phadana lenga na piriba magi SOP do madu ngak ko gi tangai phadaba leibegi haiba thorom ase hanak chahi gi oina di khara pikna pui pangthok chargani.
Irawat Foundation Manipur in a press release appealed the government to set up a 2,000 to 3,000 bedded COVID-19 hospital in Manipur at the earliest. It also urged the government to instruct private hospitals to treat non-COVID patients. The foundation also appealed people to stop stigmatizing COVID-19 patients. For COVID-19 and Indian Red Cross Society Manipur State branch jointly organized awareness programs on how to tackle COVID-19 at 4 different places of Manipur, along with local clubs and Mairapaibis today. The awareness programs were held at Tagyel Khongbald of Imphal West District, Nambold Balaram, the village of Vishnupur District, Kabowakching and Khajiri Mamang Laikai. A team which includes Chairman of Indian Red Cross Society Manipur State Branch Dr. Y. Mohend spoke on COVID-19 and how to prevent from the virus, stating that the virus cannot be prevented by blocking roads. He appealed people to wear face masks, maintain physical distancing, wash hands properly and to use hand sanitizer. People Task Force for COVID-19 along with local clubs took the decisions to take up the various initiatives on how to tackle COVID-19. Strict precautionary measures are being taken up at Jiriband after 4 individuals tested positive for COVID-19 yesterday. 3 out of 4 individuals went to Silchar in Assam for medical treatment and the other was a homecoming student. All of them are shifted to isolation ward of 50-bedded district hospital at Ningshinkult. Meanwhile, constructions of COVID care center at the model school Harinagar will be completed within 2 days. All India Students Federation in a press release said initiatives taken up by the government to combat ongoing COVID-19 situation are below satisfactory level. Lumding Educated Welfare Association in a press release highlighted the plights facing the Delhi earners at Lumding in Thoubal district amid the ongoing lockdown. The association appeals government to look into the matter at the earliest. President of Students' Union of Kangleipak Shuk, Dhanakumar Ningthauja urged governments to stop issuance of ILP to outsiders amid ongoing COVID-19 situation. In relation with International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples or World Tribals Day today, Dhanakumar Ningthauja said the ongoing pandemic has affected every section of the society. He highlighted the plights facing people amid the current situation. He warned of agitations amid the ongoing lockdown if issuance of ILP is not stopped immediately.
Surga talaga magi mung pujaba kaya ama sugam novum leitabadagi sabam thapum khangdabadagi sani ngai lektabagi awaba asukki matik tamthiraba matam masida atopa state tagi mi changhalaga ekoi lamdam sida thanjalakanda ekoi sakthung manhanba ekoi sakthung makoina phanjibagi khudong chaba piba se yamna laibuk thibani haina logjai maram aduna ILP pass pi gi thabak kudaktabi lepi baga loinana atopa yelo minattaba atopa
Students' Union of Kangleipak Shuk in a press release appealed people not to block roads under the pretext of combating COVID-19 situation, as such will create inconveniences in times of emergency. SUG also appealed frontline warriors not to distress over the situation and continue their duty with dedication to fight against COVID-19, mentioning the incident where a pregnant woman from the Puichi village died after she was denied treatment at various hospitals in Imphal. Suk appealed government to conclude the inquiry of the case and take up legal actions against those involved in the case. Naga Indigenous Peoples Alliance NIPA also held 26th International Day of Indigenous Peoples World Tribal Day at Ukhrul today. Senior Advocate of High Court of Manipur Daniel Ramsand stressed on COVID-19 and Indigenous peoples' resilience on the occasion. Ukhrul's ADC Chairman Drs. Yaronso Ngalun, WTRCAO C. Kasar, representatives of NGOs, frontal organizations, church leaders and others attended the event. Youth wing of Indian National Congress Party, Indian Youth Congress, held its 60th Foundation Day at Imphal Congress Bhavan today. President of the Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee, Mahananda Nunglepam, Vice President Ngangom Dilip Kumar and other dignitaries attended the event by maintaining SOPs of COVID-19. The Youth Congress asserted that the rate of unemployment has increased in the country since the beginning of Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government at the center, which has led to increase of rate of suicide among youths. The Youth Congress stated that it is high time for the government to take up special measures in view of this situation. Old Manipur VDF Welfare Association revoked their decisions to halt economic blockade on both the national highways owing to COVID-19 situation. It may be mentioned that the association proposed the blockade for sidelining their demand. Well, now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we bring you updates on the coronavirus cases. We will be back with details after the break. Until then, keep watching Impact News.
Ichabu mahitam hanba haibasi mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudoni. Slopland Public School, biggest and the finest residential school, Manipur gi oina lemjuningai oiraba, mahei tampam ama oiriba, khwaidigi junaraba mafamda semgatlaba, CBSE the affiliate toba higher secondary school oiri. Icha singbu admission tawidana mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudol oibiu, icha gi phazabalam chat sajati ahongbadu ubiu, Slopland Public School Khongjom. Ichabu mahitam hanba haibasi mama mapa.
Welcome back. After the break, you are watching a primetime English bulletin. India has reported a spike of 64,399 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. That total has reached 43,379. On the positive note, total recoveries from COVID-19 in the country surpassed the 14 lakh mark today. A total of 14,80,884 people have recovered so far. In the past 24 hours, 53,869 recoveries have been reported across the country, and with this, the recovery rate has improved to around 68.78%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the country's total confirmed cases have crossed 21 lakh, out of which 6,28,747 are active cases. Meanwhile, the Indian Council of Medical Research said that a record of 7,19,364 tests were conducted by various laboratories yesterday. Globally, coronavirus has infected about 1,98 lakh people. About 7,30,265 people have died, and recoveries are about 1,27 lakh. USA is on top with more than 23,47,000 active cases, followed by Brazil and India. Total active cases of COVID-19 in the northeast states, including Manipur, are currently above 25,000 mark. Assam's total active COVID-19 cases are 18,762 active cases. Arunachal Pradesh active cases are 684. Nagaland's active cases are 1,855. Tripura's total active COVID-19 cases are 1,876. There are 270 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram and 389 in Sikkim. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched a financing facility of 1 lakh crore rupees under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund for agri-entrepreneurs, startups, agri-tech players and farmer groups for post-harvest management and nurturing farmed asset. Today, only 30 days after the Cabinet formally approved the scheme, the first sanctioned of the over 1,000 crore rupees was made to over 2,280 farmers' societies. The event was conducted through a video conference and was attended by lakhs of farmers. Modi also released a sixth installment of 17,100 crore rupees to more than 8.55 crore farmers beneficiaries under the Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi PM Kisan scheme. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister expressed his satisfaction with the bag of implementation of the PM Kisan scheme. Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar was also present on the occasion.
मेरे किसान भाइयों बहनों को हल छठ की और दाऊ जन्मोत्सव की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। देश में कृषि से जुड़ी सुविधाएं तैयार करने के लिए 1 लाख करोड़ रुपए का विशेष फंड आज के पवित्र दिन पर लॉन्च किया गया। इससे गांवों गांवों में बेहतर भंडारण, आधुनिक कोल्ड स्टोरेज की चेन तैयार करने में मदद मिलेगी और गांव में रोजगार के अनेक अवसर तैयार होंगे। इसके साथ साथ 8.5 करोड़ किसान परिवारों के खाते में पलक झपकते आपने देखा होगा, स्विच ऑन किया और पीएम किसान सम्मान निधि के 17,000 करोड़ रुपए सीधे सीधे 8.5 करोड़ किसानों के खाते में जमा हो गए। कोई बिचौलिया नहीं, कोई कमीशन नहीं।
State President of BJP Kisan Morcha, K.H. Navakumar, in a press release expressed gratitude to Prime Minister Narendra Modi for financing facility of 1 lakh crore rupees under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund and 8.5 crore rupees under PM Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme. At least 9 people died and several others injured after a fire broke out in a hotel-turned-COVID-19 care center at Vijayawada at around 5 a.m. today. About 30 COVID-19 patients were being treated and about 10 paramedical staffs were assisting them at the time of the incident. Electric short circuit is said to be the cause of the fire, according to preliminary reports. Most of the deaths have taken place due to suffocation from smoke, according to officials. And DRF teams have joined the local authorities, fire and police department officials in relief operations. AP DGP Gautam Sagwan has visited the fire accident site and made an on-the-spot inquiry. Prime Minister Narendra Modi called Andhra Pradesh CM Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy over phone, expressing his grief and shock and assured him of all the assistance. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy announced an ex gratia of rupees 50 lakh to the kin of the deceased in the incident. One-day awareness program on KANEL bamboo and its application was held at the Song village in the Senapati district today. Central Agricultural University in Fald and Apunba Imagi Machasing jointly organized the program under the aegis of Bikend and Bamboo Technology Center, Guwahati, under Donor Ministry of India Government. Attending the event, Lok Sabha MP Dr. R.K. Ranjan and Dr. Lord Ho Fauzi proposed to establish a research institute in Hild district. Chief Minister Gi Hakseo Gi Tengbang card, including bamboo, coconut and beehived boxes, were distributed to the villages on the occasion. Following the Impact News special coverage regarding the plights facing the farmers of Kharamd Plain in Kangpokpi district over their rotting yearly produce as markets are shut down due to ongoing lockdown, state relevant officials visited the village yesterday to look into the situation. Manipur Organic Mission Agency MOMA procured vegetables from the Kharamd Plain farmer today. MOMA Project Director K. Devadatta Sharma led his team in collection of vegetables from the farmers and made it available to people of the state. The team also held discussions with the Kharamd Plain village chief and the village authorities for further undertakings. All the fruits procured from the farmers will be made available to public at MOMA Organic Outlet Sanjantong starting tomorrow. Project Director K. Devadatta also appealed villagers to register every individual from every household of the village to include in the third phase of the initiative. The village chief, cum the chairman Rengsind John, expressed gratitude and asserted that the initiative will aid farmers of the village.
Monday hawraga lakadori masidagi sida lairiba gari singdugi lambida apanba leitanaba phibam du ekhoi chema pijarage aduga sidai pot singdu pubiro Sanjantonggi organic outlet ta thambiro aduga nakoida piba yaba chara do madu puraga mu hanngro aduga nakoi requirement kari karino matang matam matungina khanarasi atopa problem issue singidi honorable chief minister gumba adugumba ekhoi department ju head oiriba adugagi state chi head oiriba makoiga upungi chief village authority pullaga amuktang review habise masi suggestion noina tawjage
khun sida awaba tariba khunja singgi pochai sing mang takton leiba singse sar khoina khomgat pigani mafam pigani haiduna lengbirakuna akhoida afaba session pibiba mafam hangbiba punamak ase taba matamda ayakna harauba nungaiba adu oja singi mamangda ai thamje.
Sedo Hyanglamd, a conglomerate of 11 local clubs of Hyanglamd, appealed the government to extend the period of service for current brand ambassador of Chief Minister's Green Manipur Mission, Valentina Ilangbam, as her tenure and as an ambassador is nearing its end. One member of Sedo Hyanglam, M. Premjit, stated that same on the sideline of a tree plantation drive carried out along the roadside between Hyanglam and Lamjong today. Speaking further, M. Premjit appealed to the government to make an arrangement to extend serving period of the Valentina Ilangbam as she was not able to execute all of her plans owing to COVID-19 situation. Hyanglam Gram Panchayat along with Sedo Hyanglam jointly organized the event. Hyanglam Police Station OC Santa, Hyanglam PHC Medical Officer E. Kiran, Pradhan of Hyanglam Gram Panchayat E. Santibala, Brand Ambassador of Chief Minister's Green Manipur Mission Valentina Ilangbam and others attended the event.
Orkibi ekhodi sanupi Valentina Ilangbam mahak hauji Manipur government gi makhada mahak forest ki environment gi brand ambassador oina laibiri bi sanupi ni mahasi haukiba March tagi hauraga Manipur da yamna kanba Manipur khata na to phamsing su yamna kanna lockdown laikhiba maramna mahana tawjaningba mahana apamba Manipur gi sinthung phamsing da asiba hole thong pung phana pangthokpa ngamjadibana mahak asibu Manipur government gi maikaidagi matam kharakhat extend to Viraga, Mahana Ninjariba, Simuning, Batuan Biragadi, Lamdam Sonda Lajariba, Raza Kwai Kudin, Amadi, Sedo Hyang, my Kadagi, Manipuga Membu, Hania Latana, Muava Punduk Sagani have.
Now the sports news. Former India defender and Mohant Bagant captain Laishram Manitombi Singh died at the age of 39 at his residence today. Manitombi was suffering from the prolonged illness and breathed his last in the early hours. He is survived by his wife and an 8-year-old son. Mohan Bagan families grieved the untimely demise of former club captain Manitombi Singh. He was a key member of the Stephen Constantine coach India under-23 side that left the LG Cup in 2003 by defeating Vietnam by 3-2 in Ho Chi Minh City. Manitombi also represented India in the 2002 Bulletin Asian Games. The former right-back scored in his debut for Mohan Bagan at the Calcutta Football League Premier Division in 2003 and went on to lead the club in the Old Airlines Gold Cup victory in 2004. Having started out his playing career with Army Boys and Services, Manitombi also represented Air India and Shalgaonkar before making the big move to Mohan Bagan in 2003. He was last seen playing for Manipur State League defending champion Anoba Imagi Mangal in 2015 and 2016 sessions before becoming their head coach. Manipur Football Association notified that referee refresher cum recruitment course for 2020 and 2021 session will be held under AMFA. It also mentioned that a group will be formed in every district for the course. AMFA in a press release notified interested players to get the details from the District Sports Association or District Football Association latest by 25th of August. England won the first test match played between Pakistan by 3 wickets in the ICC Test Cricket Championship. In the first match played at Old Trafford Cricket Ground, Pakistan won the toss and chose batting first and scored 326 runs with 10 wickets. Shand Masood scored 156 runs. England scored 219 runs with 10 wickets in their first inning and John Pope scored 62 runs. Pakistan scored 169 runs in their second inning with 10 wickets. England scored 277 runs in their second innings with 7 wickets and won the match. Chris Wokes and Josh Butler scored 84 and 75 runs respectively. England's all-rounder Chris Wokes bagged the Player of the Match title. The second test match between England and Pakistan will be played at Roosevelt Cricket Ground from 13th of August to 17th of August. Well, that is all we have in this bulletin, but before we wind up, let's take a glimpse at the headlines once again. Manipur reports 118 fresh COVID-19 confirmed cases. Tally of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in Manipur reached 3,753. Group President Dhanakumar Ningthauja urges government to stop issuance of ILP to outsiders amid ongoing COVID-19 situation. India reports 64,399 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 43,379. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches a financing facility of 1 lakh crore rupees under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. And the former India defender and Mohan Bagan captain Laishram Manitombi Singh passed away at the age of 39. Well, thank you so much for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. In the meantime, for more news and information, please do not hesitate to follow Impact TV on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube. Until then, have a great evening and stay safe.